Welcome back to another edition of Neighborhood Spotlight for living in Grapevine, Texas. As always, I'm Elliot, and today I'm sitting down with one of my good friends, Kyle Moss, owner and operator of Beckett Luxury Homes. We're going to learn a little bit more about what makes Beckett unique and find out a little bit more about Kyle and how he got started in the business. So Kyle, thank you for meeting with me here today.
Absolutely.
And I was looking on your website and I saw that you and your dad had 50 years experience in this business.
Yeah.
And I was very curious as to how you got started, what made you want to get associated with it.
So basically it's in my blood. I'm a third generation builder. My grandpa was a builder in the Galveston, Texas area.
Okay.
And my dad's been here in North Texas building homes and commercial since the 80s. So basically been on job sites since I was in diapers.
Yeah, that's a lot. So did you ever want to do anything different, or had you always wanted to do it?
I didn't really have a plan going into college on what I wanted to do. I'd been around construction my whole life, so I had an idea that's where I wanted to go, but wanted to explore other things. So I was a business major in college at Texas Tech out in Lubbock. And once I got out of school, got into commercial real estate, not construction, but leasing and management.
Okay.
And spent a couple years doing that, and then ultimately decided that building was my calling. So
Awesome.
Came back to it.
Awesome. So you have mentioned that you've done the commercial side, Dad does the commercial side. So do you just like to stick with one? Do you like to do both? Like, what's your preference?
We do both, there's pros and cons to both, but building homes really lets you tap into your creative side. Offices and commercial as a whole can kind of get repetitive,
Sure.
a little sterile.
Right.
So I prefer doing residential. It's been a lot of fun, and the clients we work with have been great. So
Awesome.
that's probably what I lean to.
Awesome. So we are actually sitting here in one of Kyle's additions that he's actually building onto a home. So this is a guest house. This isn't even an actual house. And Kyle, if you don't mind, I would love to pick this up and kind of walk around, have you show kind of what makes Beckett unique.
Sure.
Show off your brand and tell us maybe some of your favorite parts of this house.
Sure, absolutely. One thing that I really feel like sets this guest house apart is the staircase, fully custom, top to bottom. You've got custom stringers, custom designed hand railing that was hand sketched and turned into this, basically. Really cool stairs that you just don't see every day. Being that this is a guest house, we wanted to really add a continuation of the finishes from the main house, which we built about 4 or 5 years ago. What you see here is very similar to the finishes that we have in the main house. We've got a full suite of Genair appliances here, the 48-inch commercial style range, the built-in panel-ready refrigerator that you see here. So what you're getting in this guest house is basically equal to what you've got in your main house.
Let's talk about how you came up with the name Beckett because you were Kyle Moss.
Yeah.
Your dad is Paul Moss. Who's Beckett
We get that question a lot. So my oldest son, his name is Beckett, and he just so happens to share a middle name with my dad, which is Graham.
Okay.
So Beckett kind of paid homage to both of them, and it just fit.
Well, Kyle does have a short-term lease right now in Grapevine, Texas. He's actually in the process of building a home for Beckett and his other son, Callan, and his wife, Katie, in Colleyville, Texas. And Kyle, I'm just curious, being a short-term resident of Grapevine, where's somewhere that you guys frequent or you really like to go? What's one of the hot spots for the Moss family?
So you can't go wrong with Main Street. We love Main Street, but I'd have to say our favorite so far is probably the rec center, to be honest.
Yeah.
With 2 boys, 1 4, 1 2 years old almost. That pool at the rec center has just been awesome. So
yeah.
Rec center is probably our hottest spot right now.
It's like a full-on water park, basically.
Yeah.
For kids. I mean, it's awesome. So Kyle, jumping back a little bit into your business, what areas do you primarily like to focus on, or is it all DFW? It doesn't matter. Like, what's
So we really can build anywhere. Over the past few years, we've really focused on the Northwest Tarrant County areas. Cities like Westlake, Southlake, Colleyville, and the Grapevine. Those have been really good to us.
Cool, cool. Awesome, awesome. And Kyle, what is the best way for you to get contacted if somebody wants to reach out to you about maybe setting up a build?
I'd say the best way to reach us is to visit our website, beckettgraham.com, or visit us on Instagram at beckettgrahamhomes, and you can find out our contact info, some photos of our existing homes, and what we're up to in the future.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Kyle, I really do appreciate you sitting down on here with me today. If you guys have any questions for Kyle, he gave you the info. Again, I'm Elliot with Neighborhood Spotlight for living in Grapevine, Texas. We'll see you guys soon.